Welcome back to Sailing on LaVenture this week. R&B finished LaVenture. The crew has arrived, Roberto and Mike. Roberto goes up the mast to secure the antennas so our AIS and VHF are working properly. And we are ready to leave Spanish Wells and head over through the Abacos Grand Bahama over to Port Canaveral. We've got a weather window, so we're getting ready and we are off.
It's been a long, hard season. I'm feeling weary to my bones. I guess that's my reason. I packed my bags and now I'm gone. Somewhere between the sun and the deep blue sea. That's where you find tender red.
Okay, everyone, we are leaving Spanish Wells in the dust. We have about 17, 18 knots of wind. We'll show you in a second, but we are definitely under full sail. Mike's at the helm, and actually Roberto, man, he's the man of the trip right now, the man of the hour. He went up on the mast this morning and secured our antenna. So Lisa, you're gonna love it. The AIS is working perfectly now again. So we're gonna see all those big ships at night. So we really are thankful to Roberto for going up. He's a mountaineer and a mountain climber among many other things. So he said, no problem, I'll go do it. And so far so good, right?
I hope the antenna holds, so thank you, Mike. Thank you, Randy, for the invitation. I'm enjoying it.
I'm glad Roberto went up because I hate people seeing me cry.
Oh yeah. So we're on our way. Roberto's already learning how to sail, and he's doing a great job. We're so thankful to have him as part of the crew. And then tonight he does his first night watch, which we're going to coach him on. And I'm sure Bill and Craig Johnson, you know, he's gonna be right up there with you two, learning how to do it, being a pro by the end of the trip. Any thoughts here beginning our trip?
Perfect weather to take off. We got a lucky break on the weather, and sun's out, wind's nice. This is great.
It sure is. You know, we were watching the weather windows. We've had stormy, even thunderstorm type rainy weather for 3 days. And we also saw a lot of the other catamarans leave the dock at the same time today. So we're all thinking the same thing, time to move, time to get on our journey. So we'll keep you updated, and thank you all for joining us. And we'll give you a little bit of a view of what it looks like heading out into the ocean, into the Atlantic again. We're still in the Bahama Islands, but we're in the Atlantic, on our way, headed east towards it's about 3:30 in the morning. We are on our way to Port Canaveral. This is our first night in the wee hours of the morning of the first night. And we have a moon out, half a moon up, so it's the water, the ocean is kind of lit up. And we are making slow time. We're in the mid 4-knot area because we have virtually no wind. And we're just running one engine at a time. So listening to music, doing some sail trimming on the jib, just trying to eke out every little bit of ounce of speed we can get. We got a message from Susan that we would have more wind in the morning, but maybe rain. So, but we'll take the wind. Definitely take the wind. Thanks. Okay, Roberto, how was your first night watch last night?
Enjoyed it. Watching all the ships come by, making sure they were either port or starboard, not right on us. Enjoyed it. Saw a shooting star.
Well, yeah, and you did a bunch of stargazing too.
Sure did. Saw
We had a lot
Venus
of
come up. Yeah. So
a lot of stars last night.
yeah,
Yeah.
really enjoyed it. First night.
Yeah, I think you did great. Well, Mike's getting us some breakfast here. Getting us some eggs. We meant to boil eggs yesterday, but we didn't get that done because it was more important to send Roberto up the mast.
That's right.
So our AIS would work.
The reluctant cook.
Did you get some sleep?
I did. Yep. Yep. A little different on the boat. Good.
Takes a night or two to adjust, and then you do. But we're just hoping for some wind today. We need 14, 15, 16 knots. Where is that wind? We really need it. We need to get moving. We have full sail up, and we're hoping for another 3 or 4 knots of wind increase so we can get moving like we want to move. So more later.
We're looking at a water spout up ahead of us. We're continuing to watch the water spout that's off the port side of our boat by Freeport. It's been there for quite a while. It doesn't seem to be going away, and looks as anything like it's getting a little bit bigger. Here we are, ready to sail into the weather. There's some lightning that just flashed ahead of us. We got the sails adjusted. Looking like we're in to get wet. You hear the thunder. From behind us, it looks pretty good. Here's the rain that we've been waiting for. Here's our captain at the helm. While the rest of us are hiding beneath the building. Get hit pretty good. Want to say something, David? Now we're on the way. Finally got a wash with the boat. All that salt off. Starting to make it out of the storm. And
There it is, right there.
So we're working our way out of the storm. It's blue skies ahead. A little bit of dark still on the port side of us. It's getting better. As we're sailing away from that big, huge container ship, we've been watching it sailing into the rainstorm.
So we are headed across the Gulfstream towards the Florida shore, just north of West Palm, to head up along the coast, and we can see the storms coming off West Palm and the Florida coast. Our course that we've been following is based on predict wind, taking into consideration the direction and velocity of the wind, any rain or storm potential, but we have been getting behind by 1 knot for the last day and a half. Even under motor or sail, we are still always 1 knot slower than normal. And I have this feeling that it's a current, but a tidal current would come and go, and this seems to be steady, and we seem to be going slow. And we're headed towards the coast about 4 hours later than we should. Instead of now being in front of the storms, we are behind. So we know that we have the potential to hit thunderstorms coming off West Palm and the east coast of Florida. Later on, I was able to get on predict wind, and we have a special layer that shows currents that I use to cross the Gulf Stream and Gulf Stream planning. And in this case, a current had been created coming along easterly, southeasterly along Grand Bahama and the Abacos. So for a day and a half, we had been in a current coming against us at a little over a knot, and that's why we were behind, and that's why we were now in danger of hitting a thunderstorm off the coast of Florida as we made that turn towards Port Canaveral. Okay, Mike. Roberto, we had an interesting evening coming over from the Bahamas to Florida.
Sure did. We had a tremendous light show for about 3 hours, maybe 4.
Yeah, about 3 hours. Roberto and I are up here in the cockpit, just enjoying the coolest light show. And then kind of the strangest sunset we've probably ever seen.
Yeah, real pretty.
Yeah. But everything changed.
And then all hell broke loose.
Yeah, all broke loose. Okay, so Roberto and I are up here witnessing this incredible lightning storm all around us. It's actually over West Palm Beach, and I'm going to try and show you some of this lightning. Roberto's on the other side checking out for boats and watching the light show.
Max winds 42 knots.
Yep.
Driving rain. This is quite a deal.
I thought we were through it until Randy said, "You better go wake up Mike."
We're gonna do it all over again. So it's kind of crazy. Roberto and I are looking at the clouds, and they're over West Palm, and they're along the shoreline, and they're really starting to disperse. So we're just kind of enjoying the beauty of the whole thing and thinking, wow, we're not even gonna get any rain. We're just getting a light show. And the next thing we know, this storm just starts forming all around us, and literally all around us. So we then begin going through the wall, again headed towards the coast of Florida, and heavy rain and gusts up to 42, but Roberto's kind of spotting the ships around us and keeping an eye on everything, and I'm just keeping the boat where it needs to be and the sail filled and all the stuff I need to be doing at the helm. to get through this. And then we get through it and it's all calm. And Roberto's going, man, what's the wind speed? And I go, well, it's only 8 or 9, 10 miles an hour. We think, wow, it's so calm and peaceful. And then we're watching, guess what? The lightning again, right around us. Well, then we start looking a little closer and we notice there's a circle of clouds around us. We're in the middle of this eye that's calm and collected, and we can even see some stars above. And so I go, wake up Mike, because we're gonna have to go through it all over again. We gotta go through the next wall to get towards the shoreline. So we wake up Mike and we have a few minutes to kind of get prepared and adjust the jib. And no sooner do we start finishing some of those tasks than wham, we go through the wall. 42 knot gust, heavier rain I thought the second time. And many of you know, it's during the daylight I have special glasses that allow me to read and also see far away, but at night I've got my reading glasses on and I've just got tons of water on either side of the lens, so I'm focused on my job. Roberto's over on the other side of the cockpit watching the ships around us that are also going through it, and Mike's running around trying to help us with everything we need help with, any adjustments and that type of thing. And by the way, ladies, we're all tethered in. We're all tethered in. We have our life jackets on, and we're all set. We're all safe. But all our blinking lights are going off because we have special lights that if we hit the water, they start blinking and that type of thing. Well, the rain is so heavy, everything on the boat that's water sensitive is blinking. So we have all these strobe lights going on all over the boat, all around us. So just kind of crazy for about another 15-20 minutes, and then we get out of it and we kind of look around and everything's pretty clear at that point. And I pick a spot to aim for near the shoreline to then make our turn up towards Port Canaveral. Mike and Roberto get some rest and I start looking around me, and then all of a sudden there's stars all around, just a million stars. So we definitely had a crazy day yesterday, and
I didn't get to see it. Describe that sunset last night. I didn't see it. Describe that sunset last night.
Roberto?
Sun setting at the horizon behind a bank of clouds, but above that is a gap in the dense cloud bank, and it looks like a second sun about to descend. Colors are just tremendous: red, yellows, violets. We've got photos.
We have photos at 11, so you'll definitely see some photos while we're talking of what it looked like, and it again was very amazing. So anyway, we should be at Port Canaveral about 5 or so. I know a lot of you are following us on InReach, so you'll know when we arrive, but right now that's our ETA. We have light wind, really only 6 or 7 knots of wind. It's supposed to be coming from the southwest, but it's actually coming from the northwest. So it's kind of coming offshore right now, but it'll probably slowly change as the day heats up. So more later from Florida, but calm day and sun, and a chance to kind of recuperate and warm up. Okay, Mike and Roberto are doing the bowling, getting ready for us coming into Port Canaveral.
Mike teach me and I'm trying to learn.
Absolutely.
It's better when I'm not looking.
Oh yeah, because then you get the feel for it with your fingers. I think we're going to get this down. Meanwhile, you see back there on the horizon, it looks like the people in Florida around Miami, Fort Lauderdale, West Palm Beach are going to get more thunderstorms. So we're coming into Port Canaveral just ahead, There's freighters anchored everywhere outside the harbor, and we see some cruise ships in there. And we're getting ready to enter it and go to Cape Marina, one of our top 5 most favorite marinas. We're going to go to Fish Lips tonight and have some great food and a beer and celebrate getting to the last leg of the journey. The final leg, as you know, is leaving Port Canaveral and going to Little River, South Carolina. We can't wait to see Beth and John and Brian and Sebastian and all our friends there. So anyway, follow along. Mike, get the ship.
Disney Wish.
Time to celebrate. We head over to Fish Lips and have a great meal. And Roberto even does a little bit of surfing. It's beautiful Port Canaveral at night with all the lights. And we have a great evening celebrating our arrival. Thanks everyone for joining us this week. It was quite an adventure. Storms at sea. Thanks to the crew, Roberto and Mike. We worked together. It was an amazing adventure, and we got through all those wind and rain and lightning and just had a great time celebrating in Port Canaveral. Don't forget to subscribe. We have another stormy passage next week on the way up to Little River. Check out our new website, www.sailingontheventure.com. See you all next week as Mike and I head north.